or indeed Britain, as uniquely a nation of immigrants is preposterous. That every European country is a blend. Of course it is. There are two great differences.
I believe you have a house in America, Mr. Stuckey.
I have a house in America.
I was wondering, where are you domiciled for tax purposes?
I am domiciled here, and I pay full taxes. And can I just say, as you have chosen to be personal and invidious, let me share a little story with you. One of the great things that is essential to Britishness is a sense of public duty, that you do things for nothing with organisations that can't pay. Ms. Penny, who has been advertising...
Here it comes, folks. A hammer's about to come down on this young lady.
These great left-wing virtues and I were due to debate for a very impoverished little society called the Thomas Paine Society on the virtues of a republic on the one hand and a monarchy on the other. I was prepared to do it for free. She insisted on trying to charge such a large fee that the event had to be cancelled. Now, I think that is as mean and grasping as some runt comedian, and I will not be lectured to by a jumped-up public school girl like you. I came from the bottom, and I will not have it.
Excuse me. May I respond to that?
Right of reply. Go on.
I think I deserve a right of reply to that.
Oh, she absolutely deserves the right to reply, but the hammer, the velvet glove went... Let's see her reply, folks.
I personally feel that asking to be paid...
Did you or did you not do what I've just said?
I was going to respond to that, but...
Why not do it straight away? Did you or did you not claim such a large fee that the event...
I love it. He's got a glass of sherry with him, folks. He's got a glass of sherry as he's attacking this girl. Classic, absolutely classic. She has no idea, folks. She has no idea. Her brain is scrambling right now.
Have to be
No, I didn't. Mr.
Well,
Starkey.
then every member of the committee is lying, and you clearly, as usual, are telling the truth.
No, this is not what was said to me. I
have emails.
All right.
That wonderful,
All right.
Wonderful method of
respond
tracking.
to it, Laurie.
No, I don't think I'm going to respond to it. One of the reasons the event was cancelled partly because they couldn't find a speaker in time because they were trying to find me out, and part of the reason that the cost for that on top of my being asked to be paid for 2 days' work because I actually don't earn very much.
Well, they had two pretty.
Oh, she doesn't own those that much. She's just a socialist Marxist who wants everybody else's money, but she doesn't own that much, and she just wanted to be paid for 2 days. But everything that the gentleman said is absolutely true, but I'm not going to answer it. Wow, wow, wow.
Good speakers there already.
Well,
No, she backed out because she wasn't being paid.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, excuse me.
we're running over time, but I want to come back to
I really don't appreciate being stood on stage to
Yeah.
be personally attacked and having a finger
I want
jabbed
to
in
come
my
back
face.
to Englishness versus Britishness. But
Whoop-de freaking do!
Me, but I think the point about...
Laurie?
I think I'd like to say something about Britishness in terms of what's just gone on here, which I feel like we've been moving on very quickly from. But I attend.
He keeps pouring from the bottle, folks. He keeps drinking his sherry. He's not tipsy at all, but this is just absolutely classic. You gotta laugh at this. He just and she keeps trying to avoid the question. I mean, she was just absolutely tagged in that, folks. Absolutely owned, absolutely destroyed.
To make a point and had a person on this panel shouting and pointing in my face. And in fact, the point that Professor Starkey raised about my dropping out of a panel where we were due to speak together, my main reason for doing so is that I didn't want something like that to happen. I felt that I was being set up to be attacked, and part of the reason I decided to... This is a difficult thing to say, and it's easier to say to event organisers that you're going to charge a ridiculous sum of money and be asked, and not necessarily ridiculous, but be asked to go.
She just got owned.
Excuse me.
Owned.
Finish my point. I haven't finish my point. My point is that this is what debates like this come down to. There's a civil way of putting racial prejudice. There is also I'm sorry.
Okay, Laurie. I want a final word.
I wanted to say that there's a violence inherent in this discussion, and it comes out very, very easily.
You started it. That's the
Typical.
problem.
Did you see? It went to harassment. Oh, I don't want to attend these things because I'm going to get harassed. I'm going to be asked some questions. Guess what? Throw the R word out. It's racist. Throw the B card out. It's going to be bigoted. The M word. It's misogynistic. Oh, did you see they attacked me they told the truth, but they attacked me, but that doesn't matter. Folks, she just got owned and destroyed by that elderly gentleman as he was drinking and toasting to himself as to how he owned and destroyed this liberal libtard. Absolutely destroyed her.
And Hobby Lobby is whose freedom is being infringed upon. Employees' freedom is not infringed upon when they enter into a consensual relationship with an employer that includes certain types of health care.
Not consensual.
Of course it is. They can quit. Who is forcing them? Where is the gun? Where is the gun? Who is forcing them? Where is the chain? Who's locking them?
Stop with the gun language.
The reason that I use the gun language is because it is vitally important for people to understand that every government measure at the end of the day it must be compelled by force. That's what government measures are for. There is a vast difference, a huge difference in terms of personal liberty and freedom between the government compelling behavior and a company saying that we are not going to provide certain types of coverage, and if you don't like that, you can quit or buy your own coverage. There's a vast difference.
Absolutely true.
The gun's the whole issue.
Health insurance is an earned benefit. It's not given for free to employees. They earn it. Should your employer be able to decide how you spend your money?
It is. Hold on. One second. Earned from whom? Okay, I may think that I earn twice the salary that I get from this radio station. That doesn't mean that I have an earned benefit from the radio station for twice what they're willing to pay me. It's always a consensual relationship.
You pay for your health care.
Well, first of all, I do because it was negotiated in the contract that I signed, in which I voluntarily engaged. And if I don't like that, I can quit tomorrow.
Yes, so true.
And so women say to me all the time, well, I offered to pay, but he wouldn't let me. Has that happened to anybody in this room? First of all, he's not your boss, and he's not your father. He doesn't decide whether you pay or you don't pay. You don't offer to pay, you pay. And if he can't handle it, he's a little boy. And that means you don't go out with him again because you're not going to change him, nor should you try. Yes.
Where is manhood? Where is man protective and supportive quality? Why men? That's why it's so many gay guys now. They want to be protected and they have to be taken care of.
So we're going back to the original argument about a real man protects and provides for a woman. How does that work out for men? How does that work out for men? And of course, that's turning men gay. That's a new one for me. Women file 70% of the divorces. How's that working out for men, the protecting and providing bit? AOL and Women's Day magazine 3 years ago surveyed 3,000 married women and asked them, would you marry your husband all over again? 85% of them said either they probably wouldn't or definitely wouldn't marry them again. Something is broken. So what you're saying, Tatiana, is that you don't like equality and you want to be protected and provided for. And what does the man get from that? What does he get out of that?
I want men next to me.
Yeah.
Men.
Yeah.
Not somebody with spreaded hand. You know, I cannot respect men who wait for handouts.
Well,
From women.
what is it when you get it? Is it not called a handout?
No.
Oh, I see. Why didn't I think of that? So when a woman has her hand out, that's not a handout. But when a man has his hand out, then it's a handout. We have more psychologists than ever in this country, and we're more dysfunctional than ever in this country. So I decided to look at the situation logically. I looked at my own life, I looked at the lives of my friends, and I've been on radio and TV. I interacted with callers all over the place. I keep hearing the same things over and over again. So I just made a very logical conclusion about what's really going on. And what's really going on is that men are wimps, they're eunuchs, and women are merchant marines. They expected to be paid for sex, and that's why men and women don't work. So I said, okay, that's what's happening. How do we fix it? And how we fix it is we treat each other like peers. So if you're a woman, you can get a college education and you can get a great job, you're not going to be protected and provided for. That's the way it is. The whole feminist movement was about equality. So when you get equality, well, not so fast. Not so fast. I don't want to give up the free drinks. I've been on TV so many times debating about ladies' nights. And women are so angry. They think that's a fundamental right and should be in the Constitution. Now why? Huh?
Bitter? Are you bitter? You're bitter. You sound very bitter. You sound really bitter.
Really?
You are very bitter.
Very bitter man. A very bitter man. I'm a very bitter man because we have an 11th commandment in the United States. The 11th commandment is thou shalt never criticize a female. And if you do, you're a misogynist. Unlike what these women in the back said, I am not bitter. I like women very much. Women, in my definition, are adults who like to be treated like equals and who can take care of themselves. Those are women, and I like them very much. And by the way, dear, they like me. Any man who writes a book called Under the Clitoral Hood, trust me, women like me. Because I know what it is, I know where it is, and I know how to operate it.
So this gentleman over here, obviously, I think, had a great back and forth with these women. And if he's written a book Under the Clitoral Hood, Unlocking the Key to Female Satisfaction, that's my interpretation of that book. He basically said, I know where it is, I know how to use it, I know how to get pleasure, all that stuff. But the other lady, I guess she was either Russian, Ukrainian, Tatiana. Look, she said that she wants a man's man. She wants the man to be the person in charge. She wants the man to pay. She wants that. So in terms of equality, she's probably not looking for that equality in the payment category. But that's what I thought the whole movement of feminism was, right? If women and men are equal, shouldn't they be equal in sharing the check? Why is it that the men have to be the ones that buy dinner? Why is it men have to pay for the room? Why do they have to pay for the drinks? Why do they have to pay for the night out? Why do they have to pay for the vacations? If women want equality, shouldn't they? Now, here's the thing. If at least they ask and they, say that I would like to pay for this. I would like to pay for half, or I would like to pay for the whole thing. Then, in my opinion, and this is just me being old-fashioned, now, of course, I'm married. I'm just talking to you other men out there that are looking for something in your significant other. If there is a woman out there that you go out with and she actually offers to pay and she insists to pay, then there are two things that you can possibly do. You can say, okay, fine, go ahead. Or the gentlemanly thing to be is to thank them for offering to pay. But if this is somebody that you feel that you want to continue seeing, maybe take that second date, progress further. There's something that happened, that there was something that clicked. One of the gentlemanly things to do is, I appreciate your offer to pay, but I was the one that asked you out. I'll pay this time. Next time, you can do this tongue-in-cheek. I'll tell you what, I'd love to see you again. You decide where we want to go on the second date. and you can do whatever you want, then that would be a great way to start off the relationship. Anyways, folks, appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. I've been your host, Dr. Nasser. If you've loved this content that we provide, commentary on the reactions to these things, this is just great stuff, folks. Great stuff to react to. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and follow us. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what to do. Take a look at our video links above and below. My final thought is always, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.